You sit down at your computer, ready to tackle the day, and then it happens. A notification pops up. You've got 4 new messages on social media and 2 new emails, but you resist the urge to open them and you put your phone down. After a minute, you hear another notification on your phone and you wonder if some of the messages could be important or not. You better check them before you start working, or not? And so it goes, you know the story. Well, most of us can't get rid ourselves of all distractions completely. However, there are ways and tools we can apply and build habits that will help us stay focused and do the best work we can every day. So, in this episode, we are going to have a look at a complete guide for focus that we put into 7 ways or tools that may bring you results in whatever area you want to improve. Point number 1 is creating time for focus. Your focus will not improve unless you will make time for it. If you really want to dig deep into something or just enjoy some uninterrupted focus, minimizing distractions isn't always enough. It's helpful to actively prioritize and create space for focus and make it part of your routine. Whatever you're trying to focus on, whether it's an important task at work, learning some new skills, or even just reading, try setting an intention for it the day before. You could tell yourself that from 10 to 11 am you're going to spend 1 hour dedicated entirely to a specific task, nothing else. Giving yourself a plan or a tighter parameters can help you become more disciplined and get things done. Which brings us to point number 2, which is protecting yourself from distractions. Once you have created time, it's essential to maintain your focus and not get distracted. There are so many things that are constantly screaming for attention. Even if you work from home, interruptions are all around us. How many times have you sat down to work only to be distracted by a popping notification on your phone or by reading a new email that has just arrived? Let's say that you are at work. After some time, you got into the flow and your focus is on point. Then you decided to have a snack or you went to a restroom. There you picked your phone from your pocket, replied to some messages, and opened Instagram afterwards. After a few minutes of scrolling, maybe even more than 10 minutes, you went back to your work. You realize that your small break was spent on your phone and you put yourself through new posts, videos, new messages, etc. And no wonder that your flow might be gone. Now that you have filled your mind with many distractions, it will be hard to get back into your previous workflow. That's why it's important for us to create our own boundaries. If you're trying to focus, try turning off your phone or putting it on Do Not Disturb or airplane mode. What has helped me personally is to turn off all notifications on social media, and it also significantly reduced my screen time on my phone. Which leads us to point number 3, and that is tracking your screen time. It's important to know how much time you spent on certain apps on your phone or computer. You might be surprised when you discover that you are spending way too much time on something that you know isn't giving you anything and it just drains your energy and focus, which can be used in a better way. If you have an iPhone, you have a screen time app pre installed on your device. And if you have an Android or you want to install some app on your computer, you can try, for example, Custodio, but there are many other apps, of course. With this tool, each day you'll get a report letting you know how many times you opened your phone and how many times you opened each app. You can also see how many minutes you spent on each app and your overall time spent on your device. After seeing the reports, you can set a daily limit for each application. For example, I have set a 30-minute limit on Instagram and it really helped. This is a great tool if you want to track your time better and use it more wisely in the future. Point number 4, get moving. Whether you're working from home or not, try scheduling a walk into your day. Whether you will go for a walk in the morning, after lunch, or at any point during the day when your focus is beginning to fade. When you're dealing with a problem that is hard to solve, Instead of placing all your focus and energy on the problem, shift your attention to another part of your life. Go do something that is completely different from your previous work. Do anything to shift your state and mood. A quick stretch, breathing technique, a walk, or anything physical can get your blood flowing through your body and you will let go of the issue you were trying to solve before. When you get back to your work, you might be able to approach the problem with a new perspective and you have a better chance of solving it. Point number 5. Introduce novelty into your day. Another small action that can make a big difference is to introduce some form of novelty into your day. Feelings of monotonous work, doing the same thing for a long time, can slowly chip away at your focus. And if you're working from home without colleagues around, you can feel this more vividly. Feeling as though you're stuck in the same environment can be terrible for your ability to concentrate, and when you're bored, it's no surprise that your mind likes to wander and you find it hard to focus. To counter these feelings of monotonous work, try to introduce novelty and fresh ideas into your day. Do things differently. Change the way you do something. The position of your body, the environment, whatever. Something as simple as switching up your working space can make a difference because a change of scenery acts like a mental refresher and it can help encourage new thinking patterns. If you feel your focus fading, try getting up and moving elsewhere to work, the living room, the garden, or even the local park. Point number 6 is time blocking. This is a powerful method that is dividing your day into blocks of time. Each block is dedicated to accomplishing only one specific task of the whole work process. It will help you create a concrete plan for the work in the day. You will have to make a task list and stick to it without jumping between tasks. It may take some time to get used to it, but it can increase your productivity greatly. Take a look at this picture and you will get the basic idea. Instead of keeping an open-ended to-do list for the next day, if you begin the day already with a structured to-do list, you will be able to dive right into the work needed at the right time. At the end of the day, you review what you didn't finish and make a quick plan for the next day. It doesn't really matter how much time you create for each task, that is up to you. But it could be even more powerful if you have a proper little break between each task. As we discussed before, a few-minute walk, for example. If you're struggling to focus, it can be tempting to tell yourself that you're going to sit at your desk until the task is done. But taking a break is often one of the best ways to refocus. Multiple studies showed that when you try to focus on one thing for a long period of time, it becomes harder and harder to concentrate. And not only that, but your performance can actually suffer. So having time blocks and including proper breaks might be one of the most effective tools for productivity. And the last one is a simple practice. You know, the focus is essentially like a mental muscle, and the more you work on it, the stronger it gets. As a cool practice tool for focus, I recommend you an app called Portal. It will shift you to beautiful places around the world with high quality spatial audio. Just for a few minutes, you will be drawn into a different part of the world and you will train your focus by doing this. Another quick practice would be a cold shower or a visualization exercise. To see how well you're able to concentrate, you might want to set yourself goals for each focus session. For example, reading 20 pages of a book uninterrupted or writing 1,000 words. Your focus goals can be anything, but being able to measure them makes it easier to track your progress. Focusing is like any other skill. The more you practice it, the better you will be. Building up your mental focus can take time, but it's absolutely worth the effort. The easier you find it to concentrate, the more you can achieve, and the more time you can devote to the things that truly matter in your life. You might be also interested in how the flow state works and how to enter the flow state. You can check our episode on this by clicking on the video on the right. And if you find those tools helpful, we would appreciate you hitting that like button. And now, I wish you a great focus session.